So here we are, just made it back to the motor car. Decided to pull out today. A few reasons. Just the camp was quite good, but the area where the guys were prospecting was not so great, and there was no way I was going to get any decent photos out of that. Although I did see something that was reasonably interesting. That was where the guys were digging basically compacted stream gravels, and where they'd started to get their holes going, they were setting fires at the bottom of the holes. And at first I thought it might have been to crack the rock, but then this morning I realised, or this afternoon I realised, that the reason they were lighting those fires was to melt the permafrost, which is about 1.5 meters below the surface. And they were putting some steel over the fire to trap the heat in and reflect it back towards the permafrost. So I probably got a couple of photos out of there. One was reasonable. I could do better, but it would have meant staying another night or 2 nights, and I wasn't prepared to do that. But then I got a really nice photo of Igor and his son just before we left, and it came out really well. So that was a bit unexpected. It was almost a sort of a bit of a gift. I found today in there to be sort of somewhat, this morning to be somewhat meditative, because there wasn't a lot happening in the photos, and I was just sitting there enjoying the wilderness and the beauty and the smells and the sounds and all of that sort of stuff. And I got some clarity as to how I want to take things forward. I'm not going to give up just yet. I want to exhaust as many avenues as I can, and then that way at least I've given it my best crack. So I ended up having built a really good rapport with Igor. He's a grumpy old bugger, but I think he liked me and I quite liked him. By the end of the trip, he was a grumpy old bugger. We couldn't talk, obviously, but when we did communicate, it was quite good. And I think he respected the fact that I got in and gave him a bit of a hand carrying buckets of stuff and helping them process the product. So yeah, so now just got to work out what happens. The Enforcer's pretty keen to go up to see some reindeer herders for a week or so. I'm really focused on what I'm doing on this mining stuff, so I just need to have a think about that. But maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to sort of just go and see that anyway. Just one other thing, as I keep forgetting, if anyone enjoys watching these videos, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel at Hugh Brown Photography. Thank you very much.